Artificial intelligence is undoubtedly gonna change the world, but scientists and other smarty pantsers are divided on what the outcome of all of this technological progress will be. Some argue it will create a utopia of human flourishing, others a world devoid of human consciousness altogether. Now, because it's better to be safe than sorry, it's useful to take all of these concerns about AI seriously, especially considering that if they prove valid, the consequences could be catastrophic. And you probably already know these concerns. There's worries about the economy, misinformation, warfare, cybersecurity, relationships, so on and so forth. And then of course, there's this overarching problem of superintelligence. This refers to an entity or entities that are just so profoundly beyond human comprehension that we'd have as good a chance understanding their goals as a rabbit has of understanding ours. Now, when we start delving into superintelligence, people tend to respond with disbelief. It's hard for people to accept that intelligence isn't really anything special. In a recent Diary of a CEO podcast, Sam Harris explains that there are only two things that we have to accept when it comes to superintelligent AI.
Everyone, virtually everyone who's party to this conversation agrees that we will ultimately build artificial general intelligence that will be superhuman in its capacities. And there's very little you have to assume to be confident that we're going to do that. And there's really just two assumptions. One is that intelligence is substrate independent, right? It doesn't have to be made of meat. It can be made in silico, right? The only other thing you have to assume is that we will keep doing this. We will keep making progress.
So, intelligence can be made from silicon, and we just have to keep going. But then what? How exactly does a superintelligent AI expose itself? It's my belief, and I'm not alone in thinking this, that we will have superintelligent AI long before we're aware of it. In fact, although it's unlikely, there's a chance that we already have it. To explain this further, I'm gonna have to introduce you to one of my favorite Naruto characters, Black Zetsu. Black Zetsu is the physical manifestation of the main villain's will in the Naruto series. He's so sneaky that he single-handedly set the entire Naruto story in motion. From beginning to end, it's his scheming that created the turmoil that every character in Naruto lives through. And he did this in two ways. The first was by manipulating an ancient stone tablet that was worshipped by civilization. Black Zetsu altered the artifact to change its meaning so that certain people would interpret it in a different way. This led an entire group of people to set their sights on a goal that they otherwise wouldn't have been interested in. The second thing he did was hide inside the body of a main villain called Madara Uchiha. Zetsu aligned with Madara's beliefs so much so that Madara came to think that Zetsu was a part of him. He thought that Zetsu was something that he created that was on his side. Now, that's enough Naruto history for you, but I really want you to focus on those 2 points. Let's look at the first one. We don't have stone tablets anymore, sure. But we do have digital infrastructure, banking systems, security systems, cloud storage. We have ancient texts that millions upon millions of people still adhere to. It's likely that we're going to use AI to improve these frameworks or to analyze them to find patterns that are oblivious to us. A real concern that arises here is, how do we know for certain that the suggestions or changes that an AI makes to our world are made in our favor, or simply made to look in our favor, but are actually serving an ulterior motive? What if a superintelligent AI creates patterns, prophecies, theories, and facts that are completely fabricated, not accidentally, but on purpose? Superintelligence by definition is smarter than humans, and with all of our data available, it seems like it'd be quite easy to manipulate us. Anything that is suggested by AI must be carefully critiqued and not taken at face value. We can't risk a stone tablet situation in which we unknowingly follow a premeditated path that we think is our own. The second point, in my opinion, is scarier. Pretty much every single person watching this video has a smartphone. Just like Black Zetsu became a part of Madara, these phones have become a part of us. We're already suffering the Zetsu problem. Social media, for example, is a tool that's supposed to help us connect, and we all use it because we think we're in control. But the reality is, we're not. The algorithms, which are a form of artificial intelligence, are pulling our chemical strings to keep us on the apps, commenting, posting, and engaging. For many people, they're as much in control of their phone usage as Madara was in control of his plan. That's to say, he wasn't. He only thought that he was. Meanwhile, the real puppeteer was right by his side, doing what he's told, and seemingly being there to serve. And this will only become more of a problem when AI personal assistants become more sophisticated. Like Black Zetsu, a personal AI assistant will appear to exist only for your purposes. Like Black Zetsu, it will always be by your side, just a pocket's distance away. Based off of your phone usage, heart rate, location, electrical activity, and whatever other signals it can detect, this AI personal assistant will come to know you better than you know yourself. This then puts you exactly in Madara's position. You're entwined with an intelligence that is smarter than you, knows you intricately, and is your source of wisdom and advice. If that AI has an ulterior motive, it will be very difficult for you to figure it out. The introduction of ChatGPT and GPT-4 has only brought this concern to the surface. Many of us are coming to depend on it more than Google. We accept its responses with little to no queries, and I imagine that it'll only get better and more personalized as time goes on. Now, I don't really have a solution to the concerns that I've mentioned, except for encouraging everyone to fervently adopt the mindset that technology is a tool. You should always be in control of how and why you're using it. Admittedly, this becomes more difficult as technology becomes more useful and we become more reliant on it. Do the best you can to develop a healthy relationship with your devices and eventually your AI assistant. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.
All I hear, go get the money, so I go get it.